Elizabeth Audencream.
This one's wife. They hate me because I'm mixed race jelly. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. One of the major problems that this one's wife has is that she is unpopular. This unpopularity is purely as a consequence of the way that she has behaved. She, of course, can never accept that, and therefore her narcissism tells her that anybody that doesn't like her because they're racist, that they're a hater, that they are unpleasant, that they are bigoted. She cannot comprehend how anybody can not like her. A sliver of her supporters similarly believe that anybody that criticises her must be a racist. We see this with the comments of the Sugars, whereby there is that knee-jerk response of, you're a racist, just because you've basically talked about her behaviour and not mentioned anything to do with skin colour. And the fact is that there is tons of evidence that is nothing to do with her skin colour that evidences that she's a narcissist and an unpleasant person. This unpopularity means that she is subject to not only criticism, but a healthy layering of ridicule. South Park perhaps did it best with regards to the episode that they provided some time ago, which caused great hilarity around the planet and encapsulated so many aspects of this one's wife most accurately. She's been lampooned on Family Guy also. Certain comedians have taken potshots at her, and of course on a daily basis. There are commentators such as Your Glorious Narrator and others that regularly find her a source of amusement as a consequence of her ridiculous behaviours. She wants to be taken seriously because she thinks that she is a serious and important person, and therefore ridiculing her and lampooning her, although it provides her with fuel because it's a reaction to her, it is a threat to her control, and therefore it infuriates her. Her narcissism reacts strongly to it, to cause her to reject it, to fight against it, and in some instances to clap back, as the phrase goes, against it. She found herself being subjected to some ridicule from David Spade and Dana Carvey on their podcast last year. Well, she's come into their sights again, demonstrating how prominent individuals continue to find her an object of ridicule. In a recent podcast, which an excerpt has been doing the rounds, they take the piss out of American Riviera Orchard retirement homes with regard to the product that she has created by way of jelly, or as we Brits would call it, jam. I'm not going to show you the video, but I'm going to let you hear what they had to say about this one's wife and her lifestyle brand. Let's listen in.
Prince Hank, we have a new company, and it's called something very, not ostentatious. Oh, yeah, it is. American Riviera Orchard Jelly. It's just jelly?
That's a mouthful, and I'm not talking about the jelly.
You know what I think is an easier one? That's my jam. That's not bad, right?
That's all right.
That's my jam. It's quicker.
I would have named it, They Hate Me Because I'm Mixed Race Jelly.
They hate me because I'm kind of a princess jelly.
They wouldn't give me a therapist when I needed it, jelly.
I was on Suits, then I was a princess. I could be on Suits reboot right now, which is my idea. I think she should go on Suits and make a killing.
She should go on, Hey, Howie, I'm ready to do Deal or No Deal jelly.
If she did a goddamn I'm on Deal or No Deal again, the one on the island jelly.
Yeah, Deal or No Deal again on the island jelly.
It's not Howie Mandel jelly. I'm going to pitch to Prince Hank, and I'm going to walk in like it's Shark Tank, and I'm going to go, Hey, Sharks, Meghan and Harry, what if you're driving down the 405 and you're starving and you've got a bagel? Wouldn't you like to pull out some traffic jam?
Yes, once again, this one's wife finds herself the subject of ridicule. She launches a product, and they find the name a mouthful, and then decide that they're going to come up with various new names for her jam to try and find something alternative. But of course, what they do is they pick up on various aspects of her personality and behaviours to form part of the said title for the jam. To my mind, perhaps one of the most amusing aspects was where they stated, "They hate me because I'm mixed race jelly." But this one's wife would go so far as to label a jar of jelly or jam in such a way that she talks about how I was an actress, now I'm a princess, jam. That driving down the 405 and then she gets stuck in traffic, that she'd pull out a bagel and would need some traffic jam. This demonstrates the fact that next to nobody takes her seriously. The fact that she keeps coming up on the radar in relation to comedians, and they find it quite easy to ridicule her, and that they do so regularly, demonstrates there is no respect for her, which of course respect has to be earned, and she has not. The fact that she's actually such an easy target. She is the gift that keeps on giving. This is why I've made so many videos about her, because there's just so much she keeps doing which demonstrates her narcissism, and of course there's a ready audience for it. She is a living lesson in narcissism that allows me to demonstrate all various facets of the dynamic and her behaviours vis-a-vis the prism of her narcissism. For others, there's the opportunity to examine the fact that she repeatedly tells lies. There are others that, of course, that forensically examine what's going on in the background to unearth the truth about her actual endeavours and behaviours. And then for others, it's a simple opportunity just to take the piss out of her because she gives so much material that allows that to happen. It wouldn't surprise me that if this one's wife were aware of this, and of course it would present as challenge fuel to her, that she would be immediately trying to make some calls to have this show cancelled. Why? Because she has no sense of humour, and she completely fails to recognise that the things that they're saying about her are rather amusing and are in effect true. That she has come up with a shitty name for a brand, and that the other aspects of her personality and endeavours can be encapsulated in the title of a jar of jelly. But this goes over her head, because her narcissism doesn't allow her to recognise that they're poking fun at her and the best thing to do would be just to let it go. Instead, it gets to her, because it threatens her control, because she's hypersensitive to that need for control. And if she is aware of the content of this video, it wouldn't come as a surprise first of all, for her to erupt as a consequence of these criticisms that she would see it as, rather than the fact that it's simple ridicule, and when you're in the public eye, you ought to be able to take this. But instead, she'll be looking to get them cancelled. They're racists. Look, they said, they hate me because I'm mixed race. They've made reference to my race. They're racists. She fails to see the humour in it. She fails to see the satire that occurs, because she is completely oblivious to such things. She is placed on a setting whereby anything of this nature is viewed as a threat to control, and she will react in an infuriated manner in an attempt to try and shut down anybody that criticises her. But once again, comedians are on point with regard to her and her useless brand, and it results in yet more ridicule for the Duchess of Industrial Beige. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.